we got a replay here featuring Zefra. Welcome to the channel, guys. So we've got Musa on Zefra versus, I believe, branded. Yeah, so it's branded. So it starts off with Oracle of Zefra. It's probably going to search Zefra here. Yep. Going to use Zefra. Cool thing is, because he has Gamma, he's protected from Ash, Droll, Ogre, pretty much. That's why you play Gamma in this deck, just has a lot of synergy. He's going to go Prosperity for 6, because he wants to look at his options before committing to his Pen Summon. So it reveals quite a lot here. Probably go for Providence, yeah. So he's gonna grab Providence. Yeah. So he's gonna use that. Is he gonna grab a scale? He's gonna go for, yeah, okay. So he's gonna go for Zefraxy. So I think he goes for a cool line here. So obviously Zefraxy has an effect to turn your other Zefra monsters into tuners, and then new has an effect to basically rotor for a Zefra spell or trap. So he's going to go Chainlink 1 new, Chainlink 2 Zefraxy. I think he targets the new here. Yep. So he's going to search for Divine Strike, which is just a counter trap on negate. And the cool thing is, level 4, level 10, new's now a tuner. He's actually going to go into Hauk. I thought he was going to go into Barone here. So he's going to do Hauk. So you'll see what he turns this into. So he's going to go full on Albaz. He's just going to Divine Strike that. Before the Brand of Fusion, he's going to use a Hauk here. So he's going to tag out into a Shooting Riser Dragon. And this can go into a multiple things. So he's going to choose to send a level 4 here. So this is going to tag into a level 6. So what level 6 Synchro can Pendulum play? Well, one that comes up very often is Horus. So because we make it using Pendulum monsters, we can access its additional effects. So we can use the effect to negate a face-up card on the field, like permanently. So you can negate a meltdown, a branded lost, and then also the effect to take control of an opponent's monster. Now they get to choose what to give to you, which is the important thing, but it is non-targeting. So he's going to resolve the branded fusion here. And the Horus chain blocks itself, so he's going to go Chainlink 1 Albion as turn player. And Musa is going to go Chainlink 2 Horus to negate the Albion, and then Chainlink 3 Horus to take a monster. Now, what this guy does is so I think he's a bit confused. So he doesn't. So he's gone Snow to dodge. So he's gone Snow to dodge the Metaphys Horus effect to negate. But the effect to take will still resolve, so now he has to give control of the snow. And he has no fusion materials to make Mirror Jade, because he doesn't have another fusion monster to banish off the Albion. So it's a bit of a mistake there, and he just concedes. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't many interactions. That was only like a negate and then the Horus, but it did a lot. So this matchup, me and Musa talked a lot how it's very difficult because of we were on Cybersteam before, where we would make Naturia exterior, but then we realized that loses to Superpoly, as you saw he opened game 1. We've got another, so we're on Vanity's Emptiness. Might get I don't know if I think he does it in game 3, so we'll see. But at the moment the branded player's now opted to go first. So he's gone Allure, he's gone Digging, he's just gonna go Branded Fusion, Lubellion stuff. Gonna make the Mirror Jade. Yeah, he's gonna dig for more. He sees Mercuria. Yeah, he's gonna banish Mercuria. He's on the sword, so he's gonna add it back here. So he's gonna have. So you may be asking why he hasn't gammed anything yet. Maybe if he normal Jester he would have, but usually it's best to wait till end phase to gamma the Albion graveyard effect that they send off the Mirror Jade, because that's what usually gets them branded in red, and usually they aren't prepared. They're not playing around Gamma. They're not prepared for end phase Gamma. So unfortunately, it's not going to work here because he has Mercuria to add back. You can add back Mercuria to negate the Gamma, but so he's just going to go for, I think, is he just going to, oh no, he's going Masquerade over Dragos Depelia. Makes sense. Masquerade is like more effective versus his deck than Dragos Depelia. Yeah, so end phase Albion, he's going to Gamma. Opponent's going to Mercuria negate. Cool thing is you still have Gamma to resolve in your turn. So he gets a Brandon red. He knows now to chain block the Chimera with the, I guess, the Ad Libitum or the Tragedy. But you can still resolve Gamma, get like 2 bodies on board. Unfortunately, he drew the Psychic Soldier that rises into battle, which is a classic, strongest card in our deck. So he's going to start off with Prosper 6. So I don't think he sees it off this, but usually the card that we main deck and we play around is like Mine into this matchup, because Branded don't really have an answer to Mine. The only answer they have is like branded. They go like Mirror Jade, Chainlink 2 to Mine, branded in red, Chainlink 3. They make the Chimera, then the Mirror Jade resolves, banishing the Chimera, and then they clear the whole field. At that point, you're already winning. Like the only thing they get is Albion Graveyard Effect, or wherever they sent off the Mirror Jade. So, and if they don't, then you kind of just set up a negate and you just deck them out, or you can try and break the board. So I think that's what Musa was trying to dig for here, was a mine, but he didn't get it. Switching to Providence, I think he opts to search straight. Usually, you would always go for the field spell because it gets you another card to pop off, like your Zefra War. But he opts to grab another scale, I assume to take less damage off the Masquerade. Activate Zefra, take 600, take 600. And that's just game. So yeah, I mean Twisters is just game there. If he hadn't used Twisters, the opponent probably would have just gone Chimera Pop. He could have gone Chimera Pop too, and at that point, like Musa would probably Gamma the Ad Libitum or the Tragedy, stopping the follow up, and then maybe he could grind it out. It's unlikely though because the opponent just had Tragedy, like set back the branded fusion, so there was not much to do there. Musa's gonna go first, game 3. So we are testing out siding non-fusion area because branded is actually kind of a difficult matchup sometimes. Like the fact that they don't lose to our floodgate Zefra Path, which shits on like a lot of decks like Sword Soul, um, means that we had to like think, how do we beat them? So Vanity's Fiend was an answer. Usually we get this via Croc combo, so we usually go like Synchro into level 9 with the field spell, Chainlink 1 Croc, Chainlink 2 Oracle, and then we like stack and draw the Vanity's Fiend, and we tribute the Vanity's Fiend. And then we also side a non-fusion area. So like he's got both of them, so this is just kind of overkill, but it's like guaranteed game at this point. So like the good thing about the branded matchup is like you can just side so much going first, and they just like never have hand traps, so your stuff will always go through. So if you ever open crank, like it's it's game. So he's just gonna grab the scale. It's gonna go Zefrath, change its scale to 7 by sending the new. It's gonna scale the Zefrax. He's gonna pen summon the Zefrano. He's gonna activate the effect. So he's probably gonna get So he's gonna get Providence, so that he gets it engraved for the Balinx effect on the scales. He's gonna use that to get Divine Strike, to just ensure that like there's no way the board's getting outed. So we're playing non-fusion area, like they can't fusion some. The reason we play this over something like D barrier is because this deck's very slow. You can't guarantee an OTK on turn 3. And we can grab this off Prosperity. So we side in like I think 2 of these. Because usually versus Branded, we either got to set up Vanity's Fiend or like non-fusion area. Going second, we've got to mind lock them. So it's like we're very reliant on our floodgates versus this deck, and so like a D barrier turn skip doesn't even do that much unless like turn 3. That means you can set up the Vanity's Fiend Croc combo, and sometimes you can't. So it's just nice to have that extra insurance. because this deck searches counter traps, so you can protect the non-fusion area. And because you like open the Vanity's Fiend and the non-fusion area, like they have to open double Bacro Hate to blow through the Omni Negate, and as well as like a Droplets or an answer for Vanity's Fiend, as well as Engine. So yeah, I mean, I think he just goes draw 2 here. He's gonna try to play, but yeah, I don't see how he's out in this. Yeah, that's just an outable board. But yeah, that's Zefra versus Branded. We've sided quite heavily for this matchup. Because it's everywhere. It's nice to be able to side for like 1 to 2 matchups. Like Sword Soul is a free matchup. We just had to like worry about this, and we've kind of like built our main deck around it, playing like Mystic Mine. I know it's not a very fun card, but you do what you got to do. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace.